6 queers came out of the closet. The 6 of us stood silently waiting for someone to answer the question that Emmett Gilman had just asked. Those in our group at the Children's Home Society Orphanage had been there for many years now. Most of us were 9 and 10 years old, and we knew that we never had a chance of ever being adopted. I guess the time had come for us orphans to begin to question the unusual things in life. Being locked in a dark closet was the normal punishment for anyone using the bathroom or getting a drink of water without asking permission. This time, however, it was for the 6 of us saving the crusts of our bread at supper to eat later that evening. "Only queer hug men people," whispered Wayne, finally answering Emmett's question. "But we're all friends, ain't we? If we was to hug one another, does that make us all queers too?" quietly asked Tommy. "Anyone who hugs a man is a queer," said Wayne. "But I see Larry's daddy hug him in the park almost every day," blurted out Tommy. "Shh! Be quiet, you'll get us in trouble. That's different, that's his dad," whispered Wayne. "But since we ain't got no father or mother, does that mean that we can't ever get hugged?" asked Johnny. No one answered his question. Each and every boy just stood there silently, having no idea what to say. "I don't mind being a queer if someone would hug me," mumbled Emmett in a soft tone. "Why does anyone have to hug somebody anyways? Hugs don't mean nothing anyway," I said. "It means that people love you and you love people, don't it?" questioned Emmett. "And it gives you a special feeling when you get a hug," said another boy. "I hugged myself in the mirror one night when everyone was asleep, but I didn't feel nothing special," I said. "It don't work when you do it to yourself, stupid. Someone has to do it for you," said Wayne. "The matron hugged me one day because I picked up the clothes she dropped," said Tommy. "What did it feel like?" I asked him. "I didn't feel nothing but her titties on my face," Tommy snickered. Childhood laughter filled the small closet. All at once the closet door jerked open, filling the dark room with light. "Am I going to have to beat the shit out of you little bastards?" screamed the matron. "No, ma'am," said Emmett, placing his finger in his mouth. Each of us just stood there in silence, heads down, until the door once again closed. "Is she gone?" whispered someone. "I don't see her feet," said Wayne, as he tried to look through the small lit crack at the bottom of the closed door. As the hours passed, it became cold and very damp in the closet. We huddled together as closely as possible in order to keep warm. Once in a while, we would fall asleep. We took turns listening for the footsteps of the matron. Once placed in the closet, we were not allowed to sit down or to fall asleep. As the hours passed, several of the boys began to cry and whimper as we all shivered. I heard the matron's alarm clock go off, so I began to wake everyone up. "All right, you dipshits are coming out here in about 5 minutes for breakfast," said the matron through the crack in the door. "Any of you piss or shit your pants last night?" she continued. "No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am," went our low voices one after another. Several of the boys began to cry, and I knew that they had used the bathroom in their pants. I also knew that they were going to be taken to the sewing room, laid across the wooden table, and beaten severely with a leather strap. In a state of fear and mental confusion, each of us, almost in tears, began to hug one another in a state of panic. The door sounded as if it were going to break down as the matron hit it with her fist. Then suddenly the door opened and no one said a word as we marched out single file. We knew the routine, and we began to drop our pants and underwear so that they could be inspected. "We ain't going to tell no one now that we're all queers and we hugged, are we?" whispered Emmett, with his teary eyes wide open.